This is the Lexus UX. It's the smallest crossover from the premium Japanese brand, and it's gotten a refresh. Let's see what's refreshing, shall we? First off, it's good to note that the UX will only come as a hybrid in the United States. That's keeping in line with Lexus's commitment to carbon neutrality over the next several years. The base model 250h gets a starting price of $35,850. The 250h Premium and 250h F Sport design model hikes up the price somewhat, but are the same price. It's the F Sport Handling Edition that comes with a significant jump to $43,280. Incidentally, add $1,400 to those base prices for available all-wheel drive. Those two F Sport trims are just part of what's refreshed with the UX. Both models get F Sport specific wheels, roof rails over the black roof, a power moonroof, painted wheel arch moldings, and rain-sensing wipers, among other appearance and premium features. The F Sport Handling adds performance dampers and an adaptive variable suspension. But what does that mean exactly, I hear you asking? It means there should be a lot less body flex, vibration, and noise coming from bumps and imperfections in the road, even if that surface is super uneven with big and small bumps and undulations. I actually like the ride a lot. Around turns, I don't feel a whole lot of body roll. It feels decently balanced and stable. The ride is pretty comfortable and compliant. It's not like sort of gushy, luxurious, but there's a little bit of sporty in the suspension. I like it. Gonna go into a corner nice and quickly here. Oh, other than the tires, which we always think are replaceable. Yeah, a little composure. I like it. The steering here feels sharp, which I will say is also helped from Lexus adding a brace to the steering gear. Ultimately, do I think it's worth the extra money for the F Sport handling package? Yeah, I do feel like they've made some improvements over the last generation, and that's always a win. The powertrain consists of a 2-liter inline-4 engine paired to a hybrid powertrain with 2 motors. The entire setup is good for 181 horsepower, and it's important to note that the F Sport doesn't get any more power, by the way. Are 181 horses enough to call this sporty? Okay, yeah, I'm impressed. As far as power delivery goes, I really don't have any complaints. Let me get this out of eco mode. I'll put it in sport. They definitely pump sound in here, both for the exhaust and the transmission. It is a CVT, so they kind of want to make you feel like you're shifting gears, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. But I will say this, when I go around a corner and I know that we get a drop in RPM, when I go to accelerate out of that corner, it's super smooth. I don't feel any hitch or any kind of giddy up in the power delivery. And that's ultimately what you want. Toyota claims that the UX gets a 0 to 60 time of a little over 8 seconds. I've got a red light here. I'm just going to try that out. We're in sport mode. We'll see if we can really go off the line fast. Here we go. Little tire squeal. I don't know, was that 8 seconds? Yeah. Overall, there's nothing really terribly sedate or boring about how the UX drives. Good stuff. One other cool feature about the UX is it has a straight EV mode. You just press this button right here and it engages. However, it does not work when you're going above 28 miles an hour, so not right now. But good for when you're going around your little neighborhood and stuff. While it won't get you more power, the F Sport does get you exclusive seats, a shift knob, and aluminum sport pedals, as well as a digital key, heated side mirrors, and an auto-dimming rearview mirror. So while the exterior hasn't seen a whole lot by way of freshness, in here it is like a stiff breeze. The interior is, first of all, way better looking, and second of all, and more importantly, it is way more user-friendly for the driver. The standard 8-inch or optional 12.3-inch touchscreen, which is over 2 inches larger than the outgoing big screen, is oriented toward the driver much more now. Makes sense. And it finally gets Lexus's new interface, which is far less confusing and way easier to use. It can also handle smartphone integration that is wireless, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as wireless charging. So anyone who tells me when I'm reviewing a Hyundai that if you get a bigger screen, you can't have both, I point to this one. You can't have it all, and I want it all. No more touchpad, first off. Can I get a heck yeah? I used to dread reviewing Lexus products because that meant I had to interact with that thing. No more. Just a couple things about the interior that I would change if I was in charge. First of all, and I do understand that Lexus is trying to hit a price point, so I get it, but probably what I would have done is maybe added a couple of textures or maybe different materials a little bit because there's a lot of sort of like hollow plastic here that, I don't know, looks a little bit inexpensive. The other thing is design-wise, they just sort of removed the touchpad from here and it looks like didn't really kind of do anything else. I'm sure that will be addressed with the next generation redesign, so I'm not too worried about that. What I do like is that they put nice soft surfaces right where they should be. So that's one for the win column. It also comes with a voice assist feature, not unlike the MBUX system in the Mercedes. All you have to do to get it to work is say, "Hey Lexus."
What would you like to do?
I would like to go have a grilled cheese.
Sorry, you have to be subscribed to cloud service to use navigation feature. To learn more about what you can ask me, please.
No grilled cheese for Lynn, but you can. You get over-the-air updates for apps like traffic and points of interest, Bluetooth connectivity, and 4G Wi-Fi that you do have to pay for. You also get a remote connect service that helps you do things like lock doors and remote start the car. Those can be super handy in extreme weather. The UX can also get roadside assistance and maintenance alerts. When you do need those things, sometimes it can be a little bit confusing figuring out where to go for maintenance or how much something should cost. Hit the link above to KBB's service advisor and we'll help you figure out how much you should be paying for repairs. Fuel economy numbers look super impressive here. The UX also gets Safety Sense Plus 2.5, which adds to the Lexus suite of driver assistance features. Features there include wider field of vision on the front pre-collision camera, steering assist, lane recognition and lane centering assist, and a curve speed control when you use the dynamic radar cruise control that uses the navigation to sense a turn coming up and appropriately slowing down the car. This feature might take a little bit too much out of the driver's hands for my liking. I think everybody makes turns at different speeds, and I would rather be in charge of that myself than leave it up to a machine. As with all of these features, I would always recommend stay focused, keep your attention, because there's nothing quite like your brains and your eyes. Other premium subcompact crossovers in the segment include the BMW X2, the Volvo XC40, Mercedes-Benz GLA, and the Audi Q3. It is a subcompact, so you're not getting a ton of cargo space, although you do have a little bit of a stasherini situation right here. While the back seat may not be horrible for somebody of my tiny size, if you are going to invite Mike Danger on a trip with you, I think you're going to need a bigger boat. Also, can I just talk about how tiny this door opening is? The Lexus UX 250h in all of its iterations is already on sale now. There are so many choices now when it comes to new cars, and things are really exciting, from tech to performance and handling to efficiency. I mean, listen, if you are in the market for a premium, small crossover, then check out the Lexus UX and the fact that they have finally come into light with their new UX. That's the operating system, not the actual car, but check them both out.